Now, honestly, I can't believe I'm about to say this, but also it's about time that I'm able to say something like this, but we finally have some good news with the Illuminati situation. And specifically, it's to do with Blair and OzMedia, who were actually in a relationship once upon a time. That fell apart for many reasons, but during this relationship, OzMedia got into a really bad financial decision, and it seems like this was heavily to do with Blair. Blair was quite a bit older than OzMedia. OzMedia trusted her financial, decisions and advice, and because she had bad credit, she would put a bunch of debt into OzMedia's name. He ended up stacking up a ridiculous amount of debt, and then eventually it started ruining OzMedia financially. He couldn't afford things, he would have to lend money from his then partner, and because these things were stacking up, he was unable to pay back to Blair, who then got him to sign a bit of a dodgy contract in OzMedia's opinion, where he had to give Blair $2,500 a month for nearly a decade. And at the time, Blair knew that OzMedia could only afford a little bit more than that. He only earned a little bit less than the amount he actually owed Blair, meaning he would have no money pretty much every month after he gives the amount to Blair, meaning he ended up behind on the payments. That's a very quick recap with some details missed out. I've made many videos going into way more detail about that specific situation. But because of this debt, and because Blair's ego is completely fragile and she doesn't like the fact that OzMedia spoke out about his experience with Blair, she's decided to try and foreclose his home. And of course, I don't know this 100%, but in my personal opinion, I don't think it's anything to do with the amount that OzMedia actually owes and Blair's just doing this because she thinks it's the right step. I just genuinely think that she wants to get back at OzMedia for speaking out and being honest about his experience. Because it's very clear with everything that we've heard about Blair, she only cares about her reputation. She's tried ruining people's careers for years now. It's only just coming out. And the moment she feels like her reputation might be on the line, and it might not even be over something serious, like it could just be another YouTuber who's doing similar content and getting more views, she will want to destroy that person's career. And in this case, OzMedia made a few tweets, because this was before he even uploaded his video talking about Blair. He just posted a few tweets talking about his experience with Blair, then straight away he's threatened with legal action and also threatened with his home being foreclosed. Now, OzMedia did make a GoFundMe for the legal fees, but he needed money to actually stop this house being foreclosed. And the way that this can be done is by paying a cure amount. The only problem being, OzMedia only has up till the 20th of December, literally this month, to pay this amount, or his home is taken away from him. Blair was genuinely willing to take away someone's home 5 days before Christmas, on the most financially stressful month for most people, right? Having to pay for Christmas gifts and whatnot. And she was just willing to take away his home, completely ruin his Christmas. Honestly, it shouldn't be a surprise the things we hear about Blair at this point, but it is. I just genuinely can't understand how a person could do that to another human. But yeah, like I mentioned, OzMedia had to try and find this money quickly, right? So he actually ended up going to Twitter and said, "This Friday, and hopefully only this Friday, I'm going to be doing a streaming push on my main channel to help secure and end the foreclosure proceedings on my home by obtaining what's known as a cure amount. The cure amount is separate from my legal fees." Now, as you just said there, the stream is going to be on Friday. Today, as I'm recording this video, is Saturday. I think by the time this goes out, it'll be Monday, so it'll be a few days ago when you're watching this, I assume. But OzMedia did go live yesterday, and that's where we get all the good news, so at least we've got some good news to look forward to here. But before that, he carries on Twitter saying, "While I still need to do the math on what's left, and I'm still going to need official amounts from the Colorado trustee, I can get a rough estimation of what I will need. I'm sorry that it's come to this. I really wanted to aim to have this side of my woes handled on my own. Unfortunately though, more has been going on behind the scenes with the whole Illuminati fiasco, and I'm unable to speak on that at the time being, which has greatly impacted my ability to focus on securing and ending the foreclosure. Hopefully this mess will be over soon so I can move on with my life." Yeah, as you just said there, a lot more stuff's happening behind the scenes. I don't doubt that for a second. It's a shame we don't know the whole details. I mean, everything we do know already makes Blair look bad enough, but then there's still stuff we don't know. And also, as he just said, he had to figure out what the amount was that he actually owed, and he later on goes to tweet this. "We'll be starting a stream for the next 16 to 24 hours soon. For full transparency on today's stream, I'm providing documentation on the amount that I owe to cure my home's default. As of August, so these amounts are no longer current, and have probably since increased by anywhere from 7.5k to 10k. Currently waiting for the updated numbers as we speak. These are the two amounts in question, as the deed in question with Illuminati was separated into one personal loan and one with her company, creating the appearance that I have two parties foreclosing on me. This also means I have two foreclosures to fight. I hope this helps clarify my situation and why today's stream is happening. This amount also includes nearly 1,500 of Blair's attorney fees, as shown below. These fees will likely double with my next cure statement." So straight away we hear a lot of information there, right? First of all, he's technically fighting two foreclosures because one's a personal loan and one's with the company, and I can't even begin to imagine how stressful that must be, especially at this time of year. And he does also provide some screenshots showing the amount. I'm not going to show them on video right now because he ended up deleting the tweet, and he said that someone was able to find his address like due to the information that was on them screenshots. But he does say even the numbers on a screenshot could increase by $7,500 to $10,000. Including 1,500 of Blair's attorney's fees, these fees will likely double with my next QA statement. Now, like I said, I'm not going to show the screenshots because I don't know what bits of information people figured out his address with, but all you need to know is there's two statements there. One's for over $10,000, a good few $1,000s over, and then one was for around half of that. I don't want to say the exact numbers because, again, I don't know what information they managed to find his address with. But as he also said, these numbers could be a lot higher now. But then, like I mentioned before, OzMedia did end up going live on YouTube, in which he was trying to raise some money for the foreclosure fund. Now, unfortunately, I missed this when it was live. I wasn't aware of it happening. I was busy yesterday. But I have actually skimmed through it since, and let me tell you, this live stream is incredibly heartwarming. And not only is it very heartwarming, but it also puts in perspective, for one, how much people appreciate OzMedia, but for two, how many people are disgusted with the stuff that Blair's been doing. So as we can see here, he's got a goal of $10,000, and he actually said that he thought this was going to take multiple live streams. But as we can see, just 4.5 minutes in, he'd already raised $1,000. 10 minutes in, he's nearly raised $4,000. And just over 20 minutes in, he had reached his goal of $10,000. Like, this just shows how many people disagree with what Blair's been doing. And for some reason, she'll see all this, right? Let's be honest here. She's watching this at this point, and she still doesn't think she's done anything wrong. Like, can you not tell by the fact of how many people support OzMedia and how little people are supporting you that you're probably in the wrong? But the donations didn't stop there, because under an hour in, he had doubled his goal, $20,000, and actually ended the stream having raised $32,895. And bear in mind, that was just from the donations that were donated through Streamlabs, which is like the link in the description. There was also a bunch of super chats, even though super chat is like the worst way to donate to people because YouTube take a massive cut of it. But people who watch live streams and videos and stuff sometimes don't know that, hence why they'll just do it through super chat. Also, it's easier, but you are like also paying YouTube a good amount of that money. But of course, a portion of that donation does go to OzMedia too, so that number will be way more. I mean, anywhere you skim throughout this live stream, there are super chats in the top right corner. I mean, I've just clicked at a random part of the 7-hour live stream, and there's multiple donations from the super chats: $200, $100, $50, 50 Australian dollars? That's what that means, right? So I don't know what the final number is, but all I do know is that a lot of people came out to support, and it's fucking unbelievable to see. Especially with everything that OzMedia's been through, even before this whole foreclosure. I mean, we heard his story, we heard his experience with Blair, but then to add this on top of that, again, at the worst point of the year financially, right? It's before Christmas, it's an expensive month for everybody. And the last bit of stress that you need in December is losing your home. You don't need that stress at any point in life, right? But especially 5 days before Christmas, it's honestly evil. I've used that word a lot when I'm describing Blair in these videos, but how else are you supposed to describe her? She is evil. Now, OzMedia did tweet out after the live stream saying, "Today I was proven wrong in the best possible way. I walked into the stream today expecting maybe $3,000 if I was lucky. Fully prepared to be doing back-to-back 24 hours to maybe claw out what was needed. Instead, I learned that I've impacted more people than I could ever realize. 30 minutes and you all proved me wrong." But like I said, I don't know the process. Someone in the comment section will know a lot more about it than me. I don't want to sit here and pretend I do and say something wrong. But he definitely has enough to pay that amount, as he mentioned before, which is great, and hopefully he can just pay that and that part of it's done. Obviously, the legal situation doesn't just stop there, but I mean, the foreclosure is the main part, right? Right, so I've just noticed after I filmed this video that OzMedia has changed the title of his live stream to "My Home Has Been Saved, Thank You, Celebratory Stream Time," which means I assume the amount just needs to get paid and everything sorted in regards to his home, which is brilliant to hear. I'm very happy to hear this for many reasons. The main reason obviously being that no one deserves to have their home taken away from them, but also Blair is unable to have the financial power that she once had over people, specifically with OzMedia. I mean, karma's a real thing, it seems. Again, it's just crazy to think that Blair can sit there and see all this. The amount of support that people have got. OzMedia got mad support on the GoFundMe and this live stream. We've got more people coming out telling their experience of Blair. Each person gets so much support. Does Blair just really think that she's the only person in the world who, like, realizes the true situation here? Like, she's just in the right, but everybody else in the world is wrong? Is that really what she thinks? It's just hard to be on the side of someone who's done so much shit. Like, the amount of information that we've heard within the last year. I mean, I literally just posted a video a few days ago going through all the stuff that Blair did in the last year, and the video's nearly an hour long. But it genuinely wouldn't surprise me if Blair could sit there and watch a video like what I did or what someone else has done. I've seen ones that are hours long talk about Blair, but I could imagine her sitting there and just being like, "Nah, I haven't done anything wrong here, actually. Everyone's being delusional. It's definitely not me." I mean, who knows? We might hear a response from Blair eventually, but I don't think we will. I don't think we're going to hear anything publicly from Blair anymore. She literally released a statement like 5 months ago saying that she's going to be like more open about it and talk about it, and it never was. So I think she is just going to hide through the legal process and try and sue people and take away their homes and whatnot. Just trying to silence people any way she can, and to me, that just makes her look a lot more guilty. But yeah, like I said, this is just so good to see. If anyone deserves this amount of support right now, it is OzMedia. I have no idea what the stress levels would have been like within the last few months. I would never want to go through something like that. And yeah, I mean, I'm glad it's maybe not ended in a good way. There's still a process to be had, but I mean, it's obviously a lot better. And the support that he's got, as he just said here, probably could have never seen that coming. I can't sit here and say I know much about like OzMedia personally or anything, but from the stuff that I have seen, I feel like he comes across as a really nice guy, and I'm just glad that he's been supported in the way he has, and long may it continue. But either way, I would love to know your thoughts down below on everything that we spoke about. It's not very often we make an Illuminati video that actually ends in like a very positive way, so I mean, make the most out of it, because I can't imagine the next one will be the same. But yeah, like I said, let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, and I'm gonna leave the video there. So if you did enjoy, please leave a like, subscribe, all that stuff, and then until the next one, I'll see you guys in a bit. Alright, goodbye.